Hey guys, so this is what if the Bat Family was in the MCU. Now I got this request a couple hours ago, and he said or her said that, well, he asked this, or she asked it, a request, and she said she asked this before, but I don't remember. It was probably like a month ago or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna be doing it, because, well, you said worth a try, and I like doing requests. So let's get into it. Now, basically, this is what if Batman was in the MCU. Now, I'm going to go all the way to, you know what, I'm going to go all the way to, Age of Ultron with this. Now, I will be introducing, what you call it, I'm going to be introducing one Robin, because I only have enough for one Robin. Now, I'm going to be fitting in one Robin in part 1, and then Jason Todd will, jump in later on in part 2, where I cover Infinity War and Endgame and Civil War. So yeah, so let's get into it. Now basically, Batman jumps into the scene of basically the MCU. Now, who's going to be acting as Batman is going to be the same actor that acted Mysterio in Far From Home. Now Mysterio in Far From Home is going to be replaced by Sandman. So that's the whole entire thing. I mean, no. Mysterio's still going to be making an appearance in the MCU. He's just going to be played by a different actor. Now, basically, he becomes Batman, and Batman gets his own solo movie about 2 years before the Avengers movie comes out. He is introduced in the first title because he's going to be in the MCU. He's going to be in the Avengers, whole entire audience. Now, Batman makes an appearance in the MCU of this movie when, near the end of his movie, when Nick Fury comes over to him and, tries to recruit him to his team. He looks at Nick Fury and he's about to say something, but the movie clicks off there, and then we continue it with, basically the solo movie Batman's going to be having. This main movie is going to be called, I don't know, Batman's Rising. Batman's Rising. Basically, it's going to be a story about Batman's origin, and basically, it's going to be about him, fighting Joker, and, saving the day, and becoming Batman for the first day. And, his first, year of being Batman. That's the movie. That's what the movie's about. It's about 4 hours long, and that's basically what the movie's about. Now, we are not introduced to any type of Robins at all. We do get a cameo of the father of Jason Todd, and we do get a cameo of Toothface. But yeah, so basically, what was it? Oh yeah, so basically, Batman is introduced into the MCU by the whole entire thing with the Avengers, when he is introduced into the Avengers movie at the point when, pretty much when the point where all the Avengers are gathered up except Thor. Basically, they gather up Batman during the whole entire event when Loki attacks the ball. Basically, Batman jumps out of the airplane like Captain America, falling right beside him, or landing right beside him, wearing his suit that he wore in his solo movie. And this suit's gonna be looking like this. So basically, they're pretty much about to fight. Pretty much, Loki gives up, and they corner Loki. They put him in the cage, and during the whole entire event, when Thor is tricked by Loki and gets out and shoots, Agent Coulson. Basically, Batman jumps in and pretty much drop kicks Loki down to the ground, but it's too late, and Thor is sent down through the cage, or through the whole entire tube, and he falls to his death. But he saves himself. And basically, doing when the Avengers or the Shield Helicarrier gets attacked, Batman is under some rubble, and he gets caught under some rubble, same as Black Widow, and he gets chased by Hulk, the same as Black Widow. Basically, Batman basically goes and, well, gets out of the way when Thor shows up and basically takes down or fights Hulk. He fights Hulk, and basically he's going left and right, and Batman jumps in throwing a couple of shocker grenades and sound grenades into Hulk's face, taking him out. Now, basically, Batman, since the because whole entire Death of the Justice League thing, Batman does have every game plan. Batman has a plan for every individual Avenger to take him down. So he has a plan to take down Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, Iron Man, Captain America, all sorts of other Avengers. Even Nick Fury has a failsafe. He even has a failsafe for Nick Fury. So if Nick Fury goes out of hand, he can take him out. Basically, Batman is a lot more smarter than Nick Fury, and basically he can outsmart him a lot more. Basically, Batman, does help and does a last finishing blow, throwing a grenade in Hulk's face, taking him out. Basically, after Hulk hits him pretty hard. Basically, they win and Hulk gets knocked out on the helicarrier. He's knocked out on the helicarrier. So he gets knocked out, and basically, we skip to the Chitauri fight. Now, basically, Loki does get away from Batman when the whole entire, shield carrier gets attacked. And basically, Batman does help Cap with the whole entire repairing the system with, Tony. Basically, Batman sits down there, gets down to, New York, doing the whole entire Chitauri fight, and, taking down some Chitauris with, with the Batwing, pretty much flying around, shooting down, shooting down Chitauri, fighting them, and also getting his ship crashed by one of those Chitauri flying giant dragons or whatever they are, and he, ejects, and then, gets into his iconic Batmobile. Now, the Batmobile looks the same as the Batmobile from the Justice League, Batman v Superman. So, yeah, so pretty much he starts riding around, driving left and right, eventually, passing by Cap and Black Widow, fighting Chitauri. Basically, Batman jumps out of the Batmobile, taking down Chitauri right behind Cap, and basically doing that whole entire event when Cap saves a bunch of civilians by Chitauri. Batman jumps in and also saves some of the civilians, taking out the Chitauri as well, kicking him into Captain America's shield, and Captain America bumping the Chitauri in the head, cracking his skull. Basically, they get the civilians out there, saving them, and, well, they go on with their fight, and pretty much, taking down Chitauri, taking down, robots, and Batman sees that Thor is fighting Loki. He gets up there as fast as possible, summoning in one of the, summoning in the Bat helicopter, pretty much flying over there, and, pretty much using his cape to parachute down from the helicopter down on top of the whole entire balcony of the Avengers headquarters, landing on top of Loki, and basically beating up Loki. When Thor, says Loki it's time to, give up, Loki says it's too late, and pretty much Batman looks through Loki's, tricks and about to punch him one more time, but Thor doesn't let Batman punch him. He grabs Batman and pretty much throws him off the balcony, taking a chance that he's gonna save himself. Batman does, grappling hooking towards a building and falling through the window of the building, getting knocked out. Basically, out for the count. Now we skip all the way to the whole entire event, but Loki still stabs Thor, and the whole entire event, everything happens, plays out the same. Iron Man goes to space and drops a bomb, and when Hulk yells at Iron Man to, bring him back, or, wake him up, Batman wakes up from the scream and gets out of the room where he was knocked out in, and grappling hooks down there, eating some, eating some of the food that eating some shawarma with the rest of the Avengers. Now, I'm gonna leave it off here. I'm sorry, guys. So, I'm gonna leave off the Avengers part of it, the first Avengers movie, and how it would change if Batman was in it. Now, I'm gonna be doing how would Age of Ultron change? Now, basically, all the other movies that happened after Avengers did still happen, and Batman did get a second movie called Batman's Revenge. Basically, Batman finding and training Dick Grayson. Basically, fighting him, and them going on Dick Grayson's origin story, and Batman finding Dick Grayson. Now Dick Grayson's gonna be played by the same actor that played um number 5 in Umbrella Academy. No. The kid in Umbrella Academy, he's gonna be played by the same actor. Basically, he's gonna be playing Dick Grayson. Now he's going to be wearing an outfit like this. He's gonna be wearing this outfit, and he's gonna be wearing this type of outfit, and basically having his iconic bow staff, and being Batman's sidekick. Now he makes an introduction in Age of Ultron during the fight of Sokovia, where he makes an entrance, and basically he and Batman show up in Sokovia. Actually, Robin saving Hawkeye, meaning that Pietro has no reason to save Hawkeye, meaning that Pietro doesn't get shot down and gets killed. So, Robin gets, Hawkeye out of there, saving the little girl so Hawkeye doesn't have to get in the way. So Robin saves the little girl, and, that's, all that. Now, basically, Batman was, fighting the Ultron robots alongside Cap, doing, the whole entire other side of Sokovia when it was in the sky. Now, after that, the city still gets dropped, or more or less gets blown up. I don't know what happens. Basically, it still gets, everything plays out the same. Batman and Robin just, get out there on the Bat helicopter and fly off. Now, Pietro and Wanda leave together from, what was it? Since the whole entire, what was it? Yeah, so the, island, or the, what was it? Sokovia doesn't fall down and gets, attacked by, gets attacked, or gets fallen, because Wanda doesn't lose her grip and, gets unguarded, because she doesn't have a reason to do that whole entire thing she did in canon, because, Pietro didn't die. So pretty much, they do the same thing that they're originally going to be planning to do, and save Sokovia, and basically, save Sokovia. So they save Sokovia, Hulk still flies off into space, and, we're going to end it off there. Now, basically, we skip all the way to, what was it? We skip all the way to Civil War, because why not? And we skipped all the way to Civil War, and Batman and Robin's gotten a little bit, older, but Robin's still being played by the same actor that played the kid in Umbrella Academy, Netflix one. So basically, they get ready and they start, starting their whole entire journey. And Batman, we start off, Civil War, basically being started off by the same, whole entire thing that happened in, what was it? The whole entire thing that happened when, Wanda threw the whole entire, threw that guy in the building. Since Pietro, Robin, and Batman are going to be there, Batman is actually going to be there, but Robin isn't. Robin's going to be at home at Gotham. So basically, Batman shows down there and basically, helps out Black Widow and takes down the other guy easily, a lot more faster, actually. And Pietro passes by both of them, stopping Crossbones, pretty much grabbing the bomb out of a Crossbones and running away, and pretty much throwing the bomb into the water or into a beach, pretty much cushioning the blast. Basically, Crossbones doesn't have the bomb in him, so, Wanda pretty much knocks him out using a little bit of her magic, her powers, and basically knocks him out. Now, Batman sees this happening and says, huh. And basically, Batman already, over the span of the years from Age of Ultron, Batman already has a failsafe for Pietro and Wanda. So he doesn't want to take them both out if they ever went out of line. So yeah, so basically, Batman, more or less, walks off after that, pretty much disappearing. Eventually reappearing when the whole entire Sokovia Awards are introduced. Pretty much Batman says that guy good, the Batman pretty much ducks. He blitzed, he gone. He leaves, and they try to find him, but Tony goes with the Sokovia Awards, like he did in canon, or in the movie, and basically Cap, who has the same argument with Tony, like the movie, and we skip everything. Really doesn't really change that much until most the other government officials are trying to find Batman. Now, what was it? Now, Nick Fury actually doesn't know the true identity of, Bruce Wayne. I mean, Batman. He only found Batman at Commissioner Gordon's place. So, yeah, so he took the place of So, basically, Batman, is in Gotham, pretty much laying low and not trying to get, picked up on the radar. He's, training, Robin, and Robin goes on his first vigilante, or his first, whole entire, patrol alone without Batman. He goes on with patrol without Batman, pretty much running and jumping on rooftops left and right, and he eventually comes across a mugging. Pretty much he jumps down there, takes it down, and he pretty much stops it pretty easily. He helps the woman out and pretty much gets out of there as fast as possible, pretty much not trying to be seen, because he was told by Batman to stay under the radar, because they know that you're my associate or my psychic. But basically, Robin, is running around Gotham, and he eventually comes across Bane fighting, or Bane doing a whole entire, deal. So basically, he, as a kid, because now he's about, 13 or something, he basically sees this opportunity and jumps down there, pretty much taking them out, drop-kicking them on the ground, drop-kicking some of his thugs on the ground, pretty much landing on top of them from the rooftop. He throws grenades, throws smoke bombs, and pretty much takes out all of them, eventually coming across Bane. Bane goes for a huge punch towards, Robin. Now, Bane is played by the same actor that played Bane in the Batman Dark Knight series. So, yeah. So, basically, he throws a punch. Let's scratch that. The Rock plays Bane. So, yeah. Basically, The Rock plays Bane. So, basically, Bane throws a punch at... What's it called? The Rock, or the Bane, throws a punch at Robin. Robin dodges it, pulls out and cuts his wires or his tooth or whatever, and pretty much, takes him out. And, bada bing, bada boom, he wins pretty easily. Now, he still has his physical strength without the venom, so he still sorry guys, I'm unscripting all of this. Basically, Robin still gets punched in the face and gets beaten up by Bane because, he doesn't have the serum, but he's still, at his peak physical strength. Pretty much, Robin gets beaten up pretty bad, but he eventually wins, using a electric batarang to stab into Bane's chest, electrocuting him. Robin gets out of there as fast as possible, limping a little bit, and gets back to the Batcave, not being followed, and basically, walks into the Batcave. Now he gets, traded to by Alfred, and Alfred is played by the same Alfred is played by, why not? Alfred is going to be played by, no guys, I have no idea who should play Alfred, so you guys can go in the comments and, say who. So yeah, so basically, Robin gets treated to by Alfred, and, he gets out of his costume, and Batman goes on the vigilante hunt, and pretty much, Batman goes out patrolling, jumping into Gotham, and pretty much, taking down some bad guys. Running in the Joker and taking him out. When he kicks down Joker into the ground, that's when we cut to the whole entire fighting scene in the underground driving, when, Black Panther chases after, Winter Soldier and Cap. Now, he chases after them, and we skip all the way down. They get arrested. We skip all the way down to the event when, they start fighting at the airport. Ant-Man still gets recruited, and basically, Batman, gets down there and basically not joining any side, looking at them saying it's a side, but I can't choose. Pretty much, choosing his own side, trying to stop the fight. Now, when they start fighting, Batman instantly takes down Wanda. Takes down Wanda because he sees that Wanda has pretty much a lot more power than she's leading on to have, and takes her out with the same arrow that, Hawkeye did during the first event that we seen Wanda. So, in Age of Ultron. Pretty much, electrocuting Wanda in the forehead. Pietro runs over to, and Pietro is on the same side. He's on Cap's side, Pietro. Basically, Pietro runs over to Batman, and Batman dodges Pietro, grabbing him by the the collar, and throws him into the ground. And by the way, Pietro's still wearing the same outfit that he wore during the Age of Ultron. So Pietro gets trying to get back up, and Batman not having it, and drop kicking him in the face, pinning a electric arrow and electric whips around his legs and arms, pretty much making him, not being able to get up or, run off. So, Wanda and Pietro are out for the count. Batman, flees off and pretty much, sinks into the surroundings, hiding underneath a plane. Seeing Giant Man show up and Peter, webbing around, Batman jumps over there, taking out Peter, throwing a batarang between the webs, and also throwing an electric arrow upside. You know what? One. Throwing an electric arrow up the booty hole of Ant-Man, electrocuting Ant-Man, and Ant-Man falling down. Now, Ant-Man, it doesn't go all the way into his butthole, it just, electrocutes him on his buttocks, or in between his cheeks. So basically, he falls down and de-transforms into Giant Man, into a normal Ant-Man, getting knocked out. Now, since, Peter gets knocked into the same crate because he got cut off from the webs by a batarang and got, fell into the crate. Now, Tony tells Peter to stay down, and pretty much Tony flies over to Batman and pretty much shoots a repulsor blast at Batman. Batman dodges it easily, throws a batarang at Tony's, whole entire arc reactor, and Tony says, what was that supposed to do? And pretty much the electric arrow goes off and pretty much disabling Tony's suit, making Tony fall down to the ground and fall off the top of the plane into the concrete. Batman flees off and runs off and pretty much, starts running around the place, eventually coming across Hawkeye and Falcon on the floor by the webbing that, Peter did, and pretty much, him looking at them saying, guess the kid did the work for me. And, he throws a smoke bomb and, disappears. Basically, the other event, what was it? I think it was the other event. Am I missing something? Oh, Black Widow and Black Panther. Black Panther is still betrayed by Black Widow, and Black Widow does get dropkicked in the face, like, really hard by Batman. And Batman trying to capture, Bucky and, Cap, and trying to, grappling hook on top of their plane. He actually does succeed by throwing a tracker on the back of the plane, and him pretty much going back to the Batcave, going into Gotham, or going near Gotham, and, calling in the Batwing, and following them to the same, place they went to originally. Now, Tony gets there as well, wearing the same suit, basically showing up there, and Batman and Tony walking into the same room, pretty much everybody looking at each other, and Batman sees the death of Tony's mom and dad, and sees that Bucky did it. He looks at them, and he looks at Tony and says, no. And pretty much, Batman steps back, watching everything happen, because he knows the feeling of the pain of knowing your parents dead, but he saw his parents get murdered in front of his eyes. Tony saw his parents just get murdered on camera, and he knows the man that killed them are right in front of him. So Batman sees it all happening and watches the whole entire fight when, Tony, Cap, and, Buck all start fighting. Eventually, he stops. He's in the shadows, and he sees the outbreak happening. And he steps in when when Buck gets his arm, blasted off, destroyed. Basically, Batman jumps in, drop kicking Bucky into a pillar, knocking him out, and pretty much drop kicking Super Soldier, Serum pumped up Captain America in the face. Straight up in the face. He really put all the effort, all the training, everything in one punch, taking out Cap with no effort. Pretty much knocking out Cap and pretty much seeing that Tony's getting up. Pretty much thinking, Batman. Batman takes a electrical grenade or an MVP, a miniature MVP, and throws it on the ground saying, "See you later, Tony." And pretty much, throws a smoke bomb and, gets out there. And Tony's suit getting deactivated. Basically, what was it? Buck gains consciousness before, Tony, and pretty much grabs Bucky. Grabs, grabs, Steve and gets out of there as fast as possible. Now, they jump in, and basically, Batman goes back into Gotham, staying under the radar, and getting away from, the government. Now, basically, I'm gonna leave it off here, guys. It's been a good 25 minutes, so yeah, guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like and... I'm gonna stop saying that. I just don't like saying it. But yeah, so, guys, hope you guys have a blessed day. As always, guys, you can request for pretty much anything. See you guys later. Bye, deuces. As always, guys, have a blessed day.